Hello, and welcome back to Dishonored. Yep, we're still in the doctor's bedchamber. It's probably best if we left and continued on with our job. But yeah, it was fun jumping on the bed while it lasted. We've only taken out one person so far, so yeah. Also, there's all these glass display cases. If we want to open those up, break the glassy goodness and see what's inside, we're going to have to wait till we take everybody out because they could probably hear it. Shut. I am surprised you did not see. He saw me anyway.
Take it.
You know what? That's what I have to say to that. Hey, look, we're back here. Hello, everyone. And okay, I won't do that. I guess they can see through the transparent parts of the banister, which makes sense. But yeah. Damn furry filth. Hey, crap, I don't want to risk that just in case he turns around. Where are you going, buddy? There you are. Shut. Get that potion away.
Stupid goddamn.
You know what? If you're so upset with your job, why don't you come with me? I'll find you a better place. Jump. Alright, does your key go to this? Yep, it does. That's a good place to dump you. Have a nice nap. Careful, there might be rats around. Well, you have a friend at least. Let's put it that way. Thank you. Can I thank you? Hi. A lot of busts all over the place. Why is it red in here? Are you developing film? I don't see any film. No, but you're doing some tests that might be light sensitive. Excuse me, Mr. Rat. Ew. That's dead fish. I hate fish. Unless it's raw for some odd reason. Tap water. High concentrations of chlorine and lead. Ooh. River crusts. Anybody in here? Hello? Doctor? Whale physiology. Oh, 287. Oh, well, I'm gonna go do that right now before I forget. So, yeah, be right back. 287. Probably shouldn't run since there's another level down there.
That's just ridiculous.
Oh, I run anyway. There we go. Alright. 2. All the way to, okay, come on, 8, and another long distance, 7. Let's close it back up. Alright. I keep thinking that glass is something when I see it out of the corner of my eye. Sneak, sneak on the landing, sneak, sneak, sneak on the landing. Okay, up we go. Look into the laboratory. Should I be? Probably. Let's save, because I don't trust myself. Far enough up, they can't hear this. Spring razor! Not gonna use it. As you can see by the right-hand picture here, it kind of kills people. I don't want it even in my inventory, but okay. Alright, let's see here. Dear Miss Benton, when cleaning my study, I ask that you constrain your efforts strictly to the floors. Please, at all costs, refrain from attempting to clean or arrange my bookshelf. In fact, it would be best to keep away from it altogether. Otherwise, I have to reconsider the terms of your employment. Regards, Dr. Calavani. P.S. Since I'll be out of the city for a few days, I've left next week's pay as well. The bank was closed, so I'm afraid it's short by half. You can count on me for the remainder next week, of course. Well, I mean, you went from threatening her job to threatening her pay. or hollowly promising her pay. And it's nothing. Just caught my eye. Yeah, that's kind of a bipolar letter you got there. Everybody has that painting. Everybody has multiple copies of that painting. Tea. Another fish. Galavani Academy Notice. Galavani. The latest case should arrive within a week, containing all the components you need. Be careful with the white phosphorus. Can't have you getting Fossy Jaw. What the hell's Fossy Jaw? Like the Tannas at the edge of the city. Poor bastards. Sorry you have to practice in secret. The vivisectionist should be celebrated, revered even. Cutting up rats should be done in the town square with a crowd of eager students taking notes, not in some dirty little secret room behind a wall of books. That's the second time that we've heard the mention of a bookshelf. Anyway, lucky for you to have an old friend who never left the academy. Let me know what else you need, but remember, it might be a month before I could put together another shipment. Yours in knowledge, Artemis Moore, Procurement Clerk and Provisioner, Academy of Natural Philosophy, South Wing. P.S. Next time you're nearby, come in for an afternoon. We've stayed fairly insulated from the plague since so few come and go here, and we've got quite the stock of Tivian brandy. Hint, hint. I won't get drunk. There's a globe. Yeah, every single one of these bookshelves looks like it's on wheels. But, yeah, there's probably nothing here, so let's continue on. Bread. That's what I was looking for. Okay, fine. Luckily, it's not a pull book. If it was, it would be that one. Oh, wait, it's a pull book. Globe. It's a very shiny globe, actually. Ugh. Why don't I just grab a rat off the street? Ew. Rat guts. Also coins. I picked up coins with my rat gut hands. Sewer capacity in the month of Ness. Excerpt interview attached to a formal report by City Worker Crew 17A. I've been asked to tell the problem, so here it is. Been every year that we work like men gone mad during the month of Ness. I don't hardly see my family. It's bad enough that the work is clogged with trash and the catch. Pieces of crates and nets, but the water smells of hagfish guts too. We gotta get it done before the month of rain, or you know what. And it ain't that like we get help from those pricks in civil engineering either. Been at this job for 28 years, and I never seen one of them come below, except to measure well at hold when they got putting up on their fancy new bridges. So, these last 3 years been the worst, and here's why. It's these river crusts. Moved into the works. We hear a man ahead yell and scream like he's burning up, and we all climb up fast. No other choice. River crusts seem pretty bad. I'm gonna take all your elixir. Pretty butter, except for that one. That one looks deadly. Maybe it's just me. Yeah, I didn't notice that before, but that's another obvious giveaway that there's something here. Will this close it? No. Oh, look. How does one close? Not that way. Alright, go back out that way.
Obviously, the plague rat is distinct from the ordinary rat, but in what respect? Its size and the coarseness of its fur, and I believe in intelligence, although the experiments there are not complete. Coriander Zoological Survey describes only the ordinary rat, which means plague rats have only been here for 5 or 7 years at most. This was not a gradual migration. Could they have been introduced on purpose? Perhaps by a foreign power.
Now, there was another person thinking that the plague was imported, as it were. Rat behavior and extermination. Excerpt from a series of interviews with street workers by Ratcatcher Lena. That's a name. Used to be you'd go out with a bag, a stick with a nail on the end, and catch as many rats as you could in a night. City watch paid by weight. My husband Benjamin and I mostly worked alone, and we got by. If we found a place where the rats were real bad, sometimes we'd hire a crew of street brats to work with us, the younger ones who didn't make trouble. We'd pay them with bread and apple cider. Once the plague came, the rats were different. Meaner, bigger, and a little quicker. You had to watch yourself. If you got cornered, they'd turn and then the swarm would come back at you. I barely got away with my skin a few times. Down in the sewers, the bites hurt afterwards, but it was the sounds they made that stayed in your dreams at night. They got more dangerous, and the city watch started paying better, but that didn't last long because after a while, too many people had been stripped clean, trying to fill up a bag. One slip, and they'd be all over you, gnawing and trying to chew down it to the bone. That's how I lost my poor Benji. Well, damn! We've seen that happen. The Rat Plague. Excerpt from the Natural Philosopher's Notes. For over a year, I've studied this cursed plague, collecting and dissecting rats by the thousands, given their rapid gestation and maturation cycle. It's been possible to breed them for numerous generations. The rodents themselves seem immune to the plague, but they pass it readily between members of their own species, perhaps through mites. The blood of the rat tells its own stories, allowing me to gauge the number of generations that a given group of rats have lived with the plague. As such, a nagging question remains. The rats collected in the poorest parts of towns in the slums exhibit the oldest strain of the plague, while those found near the docks, where the foreign plague-bearing rats would presumably have entered our city, exhibit a younger strain of the plague. Could this mean that the rats were transported to the slums in some way that is not obvious? I will continue my research. If nothing else, I am living proof that Sokolov's elixirs and Purell's remedies are very effective at protecting against the plague, if one consumes enough of the stuff. I don't know if that's the case, but okay. Also, that if his scientific research is sound, that means somebody transplanted the plague in rat form into the slums. It did not come from an outside source. Didn't come from the ports. Hey, toilet reading. The Leviathan's Sorrow. Excerpt from a report on the treaties banned by the Rudeshore Trade Council. Little is known of Picati, credited with this series of pamphlets arguing against the whaling trade. While he is gifted, his views are nonsense and threaten the economic underpinnings of the empire. 1. Enslavement. On the breeding and husbanding of whales versus hunting the beasts in the wilds after a natural and free life cycle. Picati offers no solutions for where these massive malevolent creatures might be pastured. 2. Dissolution. Laments on the destruction of social bonds between HOD members, Picati actually uses the term families. 3. Harmony. Drivel on the aesthetic wonder of what is, in reality, the great and terrible ocean that ever threatens to swallow us. Includes arguments on the gentle nature of the brutes, a notion refuted by seamen who return to shore wide-eyed with tales of the whale's savagery. 4. Disruption. Here Picati is on the weakest footing, issuing up feverish warnings against the displacement of transference of natural beasts from their native environments. Okay, so somebody against whale hunting. Which is... Ooh, what's this? Coins! Which is, yeah, I saw that, and the fact that they kind of start tearing the beasts apart when they're still alive, I'd have to agree with them, just saying. Alright, I got the rat guts, but I've got one more floor to do. And I am nothing if not thorough. Alright, no more breaking glass. I think all I have is one elixir. But yeah. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Need a turn. Don't turn. Come here with me. We're gonna go on a journey. I'm gonna take you up the stairs. I'm gonna hide you. Take a nap, and you'll probably get fired because you were knocked out so easily. So, yeah. Enjoy that red carpet while it lasts. Probably shouldn't be running. That's a lot of dust I kicked up.
Break